So today, let's talk about something that's kind of like the invisible architect of your life. It's this unseen engine that powers pretty much everything you do, from pouring your morning coffee to how you react to a stressful email. It's a system that just runs in the background, making choices for you before you're even really aware of them.
All right, let me start with a question for you. What if I told you that some invisible force is responsible for more than 40% of everything you do every single day? I mean, think about that. It's like an automatic pilot that's making decisions for you a lot of the time before your conscious mind even gets a chance to chime in. So, what is this force? Well, we call it the invisible pilot. And really, it's just the powerful collection of habits that run our lives on autopilot. I mean, think about your morning. Do you actively remember which shoe you put on and tied first, or the exact sequence of turns you took on your commute? Probably not, right?
And yeah, that's exactly the point, isn't it? Most of us never give these patterns a second thought. By the time we're adults, things like brushing our teeth or driving home are so deeply ingrained, so practiced, that they've become totally invisible, just this powerful automatic system humming along in the background.
Okay, so what is this system really? Where does this automatic pilot actually come from? Well, the secret is in a simple but, wow, incredibly powerful process that scientists call the habit loop. This is the neurological feedback system behind every single habit you have, both the good ones and the bad ones.
So when you get right down to it, the habit loop is this four-step cycle happening in your brain. You can almost think of it as your brain's basic operating system for creating and keeping these automatic behaviors. It's what allows your brain to be super efficient so it can save its real energy for new, unexpected stuff. Okay, and here's where it gets really fascinating, how this whole process breaks down. It's not just one thing. It's four distinct stages. First, you've got the cue. That's the trigger. That cue then creates a craving. That's the motivation or the desire. The craving then drives a response, the actual habit or action. And finally, that response delivers a reward, which is the satisfaction that tells your brain, hey, this worked. Let's say them again. Cue, craving, response, and reward.
And you've got to understand, this isn't some occasional thing that happens for big decisions. No, this loop is running constantly, every moment of every single day. Your brain is always scanning your environment, predicting what could happen, trying out different responses, and learning from the results, all in the blink of an eye.
I know, 4 steps can sound like a lot to keep track of, right? But we can actually simplify this whole thing down, because every single habit, at its very core, is designed to solve some kind of problem you're facing. So, we can group these 4 steps into 2 basic phases.
First up, you've got the problem phase. This includes the cue and the craving. This is basically your brain noticing something and going, hey, something needs to change here. Then you've got the solution phase, which is the response and the reward. This is you taking action to get the change you want. Problem and solution. It's really that fundamental.
All right, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like in real life, day to day? Let's walk through a few examples that I guarantee you'll recognize.
Let's start with one we all know. Checking your phone. The cue? Boom, your phone buzzes. Instantly, you get that craving to find out what the message is about. Your response? You grab your phone, you read the text. And the reward? You've satisfied that curiosity. And just like that, your brain connects that buzzing sound with the action of picking up your phone.
Or how about that classic morning coffee habit? The cue is simply waking up. You immediately feel that craving to feel alert and ready for the day. Your automatic response is to brew and drink a cup of coffee, and the reward is that feeling of alertness you were looking for. Now for your brain, waking up and drinking coffee are completely linked.
But here's the thing. This loop doesn't care if a habit is good or bad. Check out this stress response example. The cue is that feeling of being overwhelmed by emails at work. The craving is this powerful desire to just feel in control and less stressed out. For some people, the unconscious response is to bite their nails. And the reward? A tiny momentary feeling of relief. The brain learns that, hey, nail biting is a quick fix for that overwhelming feeling.
So just imagine, when you think about these little loops playing out, not just once, but thousands of times a day for years and years, you really start to get a sense of the incredible power of this programming. In so many ways, we're living these automatic lives, totally shaped by decades of these tiny feedback cycles.
There's a quote from the source material that just hits this home perfectly. After decades of mental programming, we automatically slip into these patterns of thinking and acting. We're not even actively choosing a lot of these behaviors in the moment. We're just falling into these grooves that were carved out a long, long time ago.
But here's the really cool part, the big takeaway. Once you can see the machine, you can start to understand how it works. You can learn to spot the cue, to feel the craving, and maybe, just maybe, you can start to consciously choose a different response. So, I'll leave you with this question. Now that you can see the loop, what are you going to do with it?